Welcome to the Emily Otto Show, business coaching for rebel healers, priestesses, and other witchy women. This podcast will give you the tools to help you build and scale your online healing business so you can help more people and make more money. My goal is for you to enjoy your life and business with plenty of time for pleasure and play. I am over the moon delighted you're here. Let's start today's episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Emily Otto Show. I am freshly back from the desert, from Burning Man. Nelly, it was quite a trip. Honestly, it was one of the best burns for me and my husband. It was so sweet to get to spend 5 days together, just focused on us and hanging out and having fun and doing whatever we wanted to do. That's not normal when you have a 1.5 and a 4.5-year-old. So that was really lovely. What was crazy is that the highest high was 115 degrees during the day. And the nights were so warm. I've never had a Burning Man where I didn't have to wear a winter coat at night. And this was the year I only pulled that baby out once. It was probably 50, 60 degrees at night. It was amazing. I'm hearing reports of how hard it was for a lot of people, that there was more chaos, less community, there were serious whiteouts a lot of the time. I've heard reports on how hard Exodus was. Exodus is leaving the city, and it's usually the time period on Sunday following the temple burn and on Monday morning. It is absolutely the worst time to leave Burning Man. If you can, at all, possibly leave before that or after that, please do so. On the Burner Express bus, it took us about 20 to 30 minutes to get from the city to the road, okay? A friend of mine, it took her 12 hours to get that same distance, because what they do at Burning Man is they pulse the traffic. So you move as a group, like 30 cars, you move a bit, you stop in order to reduce the dust and the impact on the environment. So it sucks. But all in all, I had a great time. The art was fabulous. The people were fantastic. I caught a couple amazing sets, including Diplo, Equanimous, Ruby Chase. It was really fun. We were only there for 5 days, shortest burn I've ever had. I missed my babies, but they were well taken care of at home with grandparents and aunts and uncles. So it was a good time. And I am getting back into the swing of things. You are listening to this episode next Tuesday. And so that means we have just a couple days before my amazing free masterclass happens. This masterclass was born out of breastfeeding and listening to Maneskin. And I'm going to tell you that story. But first, I want you to go to my free Facebook group and click the link to join in for this free masterclass, because it's taking place on Zoom and it's called Legend. This is your invitation to join me for Legend. It happens at noon on Thursday, September 15th on Zoom. And the only way you can get the link and your official invitation is by going to my free Facebook group or going to my profile. It's just Emily Otto, or Business Coaching for Spiritual Entrepreneurs with Emily Otto. Get to the group, get to my personal profile, join in, because this is going to be the most epic masterclass I have ever delivered, totally free, about an hour, just for you, all about legend. I'm so excited about creating yourself as a legend, painting yourself, writing yourself into your own story, being the leader, the healer that you want to be. So I was breastfeeding Rowan and listening to the lead singer of Maneskin and his voice and just reading all these stories. I became obsessed with this wonderful human. And through that, this idea of legend was born about 2 or 3 months ago now. And I knew it was the perfect lead-in to opening my Rebel Mastermind for the 3rd or 4th time. I think for the 4th time. And so that's coming too. And I'm going to give you all the details within Legend and then in the following weeks. But please note, there are tons of early bird bonuses that you're only going to get if you join the mastermind in September. So this is your encouragement to get your cute butt over to my website and check out the Rebel Mastermind. Send me a DM on any social platform and let's talk and see if it's the right thing for you at the right time. But first, join me for Legend this week, noon, September 15th. Okay. And now I want to talk with you about this idea that I've heard a lot of people say. I said it myself, and I want to demystify it and tell you what the fuck to do about it. So there's this feeling of like, what if nobody signs up? What if no one signs up, Emily? What if you launch a free masterclass? What if you launch a program? What if you try to sell something and nobody joins? Nobody pays you, nobody joins, nobody signs up. What if nobody signs up? What then? Do you move the date? Do you change it? Do you do it anyways? Do you do it for one person? Is there a minimum number of humans you would run the thing for? What do you do? So I'm going to talk you through 3 pieces of this, okay? So if you're taking notes, 3 points that I'm going to talk you through today. And also, this is a podcast, yo. You can just listen to this as many times as you need to. So step 1, what do you do if no one signs up? I need you to go forth as if your people are out there waiting to see your messaging, to see your posts, to see your content, to see that live video, to see the graphics you've created for the program. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They're scrolling their news feed. They're looking for the right thing at the right time. They're thinking, man, if there was just the right thing, I would hop in. And when they see your thing and your marketing and your messaging, they're going to say, that's it. I need you to go forth as if that were true because, babe, it is true, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it in the beginning, but it is true. I'm going to tell you a story about the first program I ever tried to launch. So I did the first business coaching thing I ever invested in was this thing called Uncage Your Business with Rebecca Tracy. I think she still runs it. I don't know if she does it live. But it was all about getting clear on like what program you could offer, how to do it. And so I made this 2-week email program, super low budget, super low key, low investment. I ran it as a beta for free with a handful of people. And then I tried to sell it for like 25 bucks. And I thought, well, if it's cheap, people will buy it, right? How many of you have thought that? Just because it's cheap or free doesn't mean people want it or need it. We've got to do the market research. We've got to make sure we're solving a problem our people have, and then go forth and sell it. Tell people why they need it, why they need it now. What problem are you helping them solve? What transformation, what result are you taking them through? Okay. So I posted it once on Facebook. I had an event. I shared about it once. I told people who it was and what it was for. Crickets. Nobody was interested. Nobody commented. Nobody liked it. Nobody said a damn thing. And I just thought, I'm just going to fold it. That's it. Nobody's interested. Nobody wants it. I suck. Screw this. I'm just done. I'm over it. I'm done. I clearly, nobody's going to buy this and nobody wants it. And I could have let that ruin my business. I could have said, well, that means this niche isn't going to work and nobody's interested and I can't run a business and blah, blah, blah. But instead, I went back to the drawing board and I did more free classes and programs. And then I started offering one-on-one phone call sessions for 25 bucks, you guys, $25 for a 60-minute phone call. That's not even possible. The smallest one-on-one package I have now is $777 for a 90-minute session and 2 weeks of Voxer follow-up, right? So, but I started at $25 for a phone call. And then I figured out what my people needed. What were they having problems with? What do I do? How do I make a different program and package? And then once I did that, I went forth and sold the ever-loving shit out of that program. And that is how you get clients. Going forth and selling it with your full faith, with your full leadership, with your full self behind it, trusting that if you can figure out how to articulate it, how to make that value proposition connect for your people, it will sell. Now, first, do the market research. Make sure you're clear. make sure it's being delivered in a way that works for you and works for your clients, right? If that's Zoom, if that's Voxer or WhatsApp, if that's email, whatever it is, it's got to work for you and then your people. And then go forth and sell it as if people need it. Whether it's 10 humans you want in the program, or you just want to sell one, or maybe you're trying to sell 500 people this product or service, right? Go forth as if they need it. And what I mean by that is you show up fully for your program and for your business. So, this is a simple strategy checklist. Where are you sharing it every day? When are you sharing it? Where are you talking about it? Which platforms? What about your email campaigns? What about reaching out to people individually and saying, hey, I have this thing. Are you interested? Right? Talk to them, get feedback. The feedback is the feedback. Are they saying it's too much? Are they saying the timing is wrong? Are they saying they're overinvested in other things? Are they not understanding what it is that you're offering? Listen and then tweak your messaging. Okay. And that one in particular, oh, I can't afford it right now. Listen to the language around it because, yes, sometimes people can't afford it. Absolutely. But most of the time, it's that you haven't articulated the value clearly enough so that they can see that it solves a problem that they have. Let me say that again. When people tell you that they can't afford it, it's not always that they literally cannot afford it. It's that you have not done a good enough job clearly articulating how this product, service, program helps them in a way that they can see the value in and feel like spending money on it is a worthwhile endeavor. Okay. That's some hard truth right there. But if you're getting a lot of that, it's worth looking at your program and service, not changing the price necessarily, but that's why you get a business coach. Hello, I'm available to look at it with you and figure out what's not connecting. Is it your messaging? Is it the program? Is it the languaging? Is it the person you're directing it towards? Or do you really need to change the price? Most of the time, my dear healer, it's not that you need to lower the price. Maybe it's that you need to articulate the value and raise it. Okay. Case in point, when I first sold CEO Enchantress, it was a 3-week program. CEO Enchantress will be coming out again. I think we'll start it in February. And it's my practical magic business accelerator, literally soup to nuts, all the bolts, everything you need to run a cosmic conscious spiritual entrepreneur business. The first time I did it, it was 3 weeks long, $333. I only sold a handful of spots. The third time I launched it, I made it 7 weeks long, added more juice and intensity, more pre-recorded beautiful things for people to digest, listen to, get nourished from, and I sold it for $777. And I think the last time I launched it, I sold 42 spots. Yeah. Okay. At the highest price point ever. That's because I didn't give up. I tweaked it. I changed the messaging and the marketing. I made it better. I listened to my clients and potential clients. And I kept selling it. Keep going. Have faith. Let other people's proof be your faith. There are millions of humans out there on the internet, and you only need a couple hundred or a handful to have a 6-figure healer business. Okay? Go watch what other people are doing when they're celebrating their wins and their money. And when they're like, I have $1 million business, understand that that's going forward and selling. It is selling and marketing and then delivering this beautiful product, program, or service. Let their proof be your faith. Borrow their proof as your faith in what's possible for you. Okay? Drop the competition. Nobody has time for that shit. Boring. Competition is boring. Nobody can do what you can do. Nobody can do what they can do. They are not competing with you. You are not their competitor. They're doing their thing. You get to do your thing. Keep your blinders on, stay focused. But if you're seeing this marketing, I made $100,000 in a month. Okay, fantastic. That means it's possible for you too. Now, yes, privilege, yes, bias, yes, all of these other advantages that some of those folks might have that maybe you don't have, or maybe you have some that they don't have. Absolutely, that is also true. Okay, so no spiritual bypassing here, no white bypassing. And wherever you're at, you can sell more, you can make more money. Now, that might not look like as much as the cis heteronormative woman who is a business coach and is super sexy on the internet and is a trust fund baby. Okay. It's not, it's going to look different. But that does mean you get to make more, sell more, make it feel better. Okay. Make that strategy checklist. And then that just becomes your daily work. The mindset work is the key when you're going through a launch. Literal affirmations, writing down, verbalizing with your peers, with other folks who are in business, with your business coach. Here's what my brain's telling me, right? No one's going to buy it. No one's interested. I'm hearing crickets. It doesn't matter. Everybody else has already done this better than me. Okay, we repattern that. Get that shit out of your head. Your people need you. Your people need your stuff. Your people need to hear it the way that you describe it. Okay? No one else is you. No one else has your lived experience, your wisdom. Knowledge over time equals wisdom when crafted in the right way, right? So, this is my encouragement to you to keep going. That's point number one. Go forth as if. And then point number two, I really want to talk about here because I think we can miss the forest for the trees in this idea that if we're selling something and nobody buys it, well, we're just screwed, right? No, it actually doesn't matter if no one signs up or no one buys it. Hear me out. I know this sounds weird, but check this. Selling anything will help you sell something. It might not be the thing that you're selling, but by showing up on the internet, in the marketplace, at a meetup, at networking events, and saying, this is what I do, this is who I am, this is the program that I have, this is the service that I'm offering, you are standing in your leadership, your power, and your authority again and again and again. And by doing that, people see that you are an expert in this thing. Now, they might not be interested in the particular program or service you offer. A really good example is if you're selling a group program and that person doesn't do great in group programs, they know over time that what happens is they get left behind, they have comparisonitis, they feel like they're not getting far enough ahead, they don't participate, they want one-on-one support. Humans are smart, you guys. So what is this human going to do who's watching your marketing and thinking, I think she has something for me. I don't quite know what it is. She's going to reach out to you and say, hey, Emily, I don't do great in group programs. And I see that that's what you're selling right now. And I'm really interested in your work. Is there any way we can work one-on-one? Can I get on your wait list or something? I have had this happen dozens of times. Okay. So let my proof be your faith. It can happen for you too. And then I've invited those folks in as one-on-one clients. And guess what? They said yes. So do I care if I didn't have a 40K launch for my group program, if I then made 40K from brand new one-on-one clients? No, I do not care. Who cares? Money is money is money. Clients are clients are clients. Have upsells, have downsells, have bundles, have things available, have beautiful free programs for people to enter into. And trust that selling anything will help you sell something else. Okay? You can't fuck it up. You can't screw this up. It actually doesn't matter if somebody buys it, as long as you run through the finish line. This is point number 3. I'm taking a sip of coffee. Run through that motherfucking finish line, okay? I hate running. I'm just going to put that out there. I am not a runner. I'm a walker. I'm a biker. I'm a hiker. I'm a dancer. I'm a yoga aficionado. I'm an Ashtanga yogi. I don't do running. I've tried that whole couch to 5K thing. I hated it. I'll run if I have to escape a bear, but I don't want to, okay? But I'm going to tell you this analogy because it matters here. So when you're running a race, so I did 1 semester of track and field in high school. I freaking loved running hurdles. It was so much fun to jump and leap and go over. And when you're running a race, in order to win, you have to run through the finish line, not just to the finish line, because you know what happens? When you're running up to that finish line on the track and there's a line and you're like, okay, I might win. I think I'm going to win. If you pull back because you're just trying to hit the finish line, you are actually going to slow yourself down, your momentum, the trajectory, right? You slow down. So I need you with your launches, when you're selling your thing, to run through that finish line. Okay, because there are people that are gonna wait until the last minute. How many of you out there are last minute buyers? Like, oh shit, doors are closing, I need to get in. I used to think that when you're selling a course or a program, it was just like this steady stream of people signing up. It's not how it works. There's a chunk of humans in the beginning because you've got an early bird sale, or you just announced it, or they were waiting on your wait list. And then they trickle in, a few people here and there. And then there's an influx at the end because doors are closing. Time is limited. You only have so many spots available. You're stopping marketing. Make a finish line for yourself. Is that 10 people in the program? Is it a certain date? Is it September 20th? Boom, doors are closed. That's it until next year. Make a finish line. And for my overachievers out there, stop moving the finish line. Stop moving the goalpost, because then you're never going to feel satisfied like you did it. You're just going to keep striving and running and get exhausted and burned out. I used to do this with my group programs and my mastermind. Like, well, I want this many people. Okay, well, I got that many. So now I want more and more and more and more. It's the same thing with your money. I want $3,000 months. Okay, well, now now I can do 5, but you've got to embody that feel of satisfaction, satiation, right? That fullness, and then allow yourself to expand, increase what you want, increase the number of people, increase the amount of money. But first, feel satisfied, celebrate your wins, celebrate the goals that you hit, and then go forward and do the next thing, okay? If you can do that, then you're gonna feel good every step of the way. Whether you sold one spot, you had 10 people sign up for your free masterclass, or 150. I think the lowest I've had is 0, right? Of course, 0 signups for a free program, up to 150, okay? Wide variation. You know the difference. The difference was me running through the finish line, me showing up, posting about it, talking about it, making the invitation again and again and again, and getting really, really clear in who it's for and what transformation is offered in the program. Because when you're launching something for free, it's the same as if you're launching something paid. Same darn thing, okay? It's still people's time and energy investment, just not money. Time and energy is still a big deal, big investment, especially where we're currently at in this world, in this reality. It takes a lot, all right? And then you can even sell the shit out of the replay, okay? Let people sign up and get the replay for a week after, and then you can make it a paid thing. Maybe it's $21. Maybe it's $100. Doesn't matter. You can't do it wrong as long as you go forth and do it. So it doesn't matter if no one signs up. Go forth, do the thing, act as if they need it, because your people need you, and they need you now. That's it for today. Share this episode with other Rebel healers so they too can make more money and deeply support their people. Join my free Facebook group at Business Coaching for Rebel Healers with Emily Otto, and stay tuned for next week's episode. XOXO.